Good afternoon. John White here. A recent one of my videos I posted on YouTube got a lot of comments. Mostly people wanted to know about this Brian Tracy 12 steps to achieve any goal, what I think about it, and why I recommend it. But before I get into that, let me explain goal setting. Goal setting is very simple. You get Brian Tracy's 12 steps and he gives you the roadmap. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, and all the way until and he says you can achieve any goal. I've had many clients use it and it works. So if you're having trouble getting anywhere with some goal, get Brian Tracy's 12 steps to solve any goal and go at it. Now let me warn you, like I warn everybody, Brian Tracy has got a very serious screw loose. I don't recommend Brian Tracy for anything but the 12 steps. Brian Tracy thinks anger is wrong and bad. Anger is an emotion, just like any other emotion. It's not wrong, it's not right, it's an emotion. And it's evolved by Mother Nature to help you survive. Anger makes your muscles hard, pulls the blood away from your extremities, so when you get into a fight, you don't bleed to death. Anger makes you stand up and fight anybody that's trying to hurt you and your family. Anger makes you deal with false accusations. Anger makes you quit a job. Anger makes you quit a marriage that doesn't need to be saved. It's a survival emotion. It's not wrong or right. It's an emotion, just like joy, lust, fear. It's there to help you survive. It's the crap that Brian Tracy thinks it's wrong. My diagnosis of Brian Tracy, he is probably the angriest person on the planet, and he's done something in the past because he was angry that he's very ashamed of. So he tells everybody, anger is bad. Get it out of your life. Do everything you can to avoid anger. And he gives you all kinds of stupid rules to keep from getting angry. So enough of Brian Tracy. Now let's go back to goal setting. Goal setting is a step-by-step process. First, you have to come up with a goal. Then you have to figure out how to get there. That's what Tracy's for. But let me warn you, most people, and I include myself in there, were raised by parents that don't have their shit together. Why don't they have their shit together? Because they did what their parents did. They've never read any books. They don't know how to raise a kid. I'm very upset by the 4 Ps: parents, preachers, professors/teachers, and politicians. They're the ones that get a hold of you in your formative years and give you a bunch of nonsense in your brain. And usually what it does is lower your self-esteem because you believe the nonsense they tell you. So one of the most common reasons people can't achieve a goal is because they don't believe they deserve it. Now that sounds really bizarre, but it's true. And we do sentence completion in a therapy group to find out the good thing about not becoming a success is, rather, the good thing about not becoming a success might be, and some of the common answers are, I can't make more than my parents. The bad thing about becoming a success might be, my parents won't like me because I'm better than they are. And it goes on and on and on. Sentence completion, I discussed it in last week's radio show, and it's there for you to see, but I don't want to go into it now. But let's just say, if you're having trouble achieving a goal and you're doing all of Brian Tracy's steps and you still can't achieve the goal, you have to be suspect that maybe you don't think you deserve it on some level. It's not going to be obvious. You can't sit down and go, why don't I deserve that new car? I've got the money, I've got the time. The other car is starting to act funny. Why don't I deserve a new car? That's not going to get you there. You have to talk from your heart. And that's what sentence completion is about, finding out the truth. So you can examine yourself and you can say, why don't I deserve to get a new car? And you might come up with the fact that you don't think you deserve it. That's pretty silly, isn't it? Of course you deserve it. You earned the money, you have the time, and you need a car. So go buy one. But when we have these blocks put in there by the 4 Ps, it makes us think we don't deserve to be happy, we don't deserve to be successful, we don't deserve to have a good life, we don't deserve to have a good wife, we don't deserve to have a good job. A lot of people have a built-in number that they can't earn more than, because their parents somehow put a note in their head, $100,000 are only made by crooks, or some crap like that. Now, you heard this at a very formative time in your life, and it's very difficult to get down there and find it out. And the best tool I've found to find out is sentence completion, because I'm the therapist. I'm not the patient. Excuse me, I don't like that word patient. I'm the therapist, not the client. The client is somebody who hires me, like he hires the lawyer, because I know a lot about psychology and I can help him solve problems. You hire a lawyer because he can help you solve problems. He's not the boss, and he's not responsible for solving your problem. In humanistic psychology, the therapist believes the person with the problem knows the answer. It's his problem. He's the one who got himself into it, so he knows the way to get out of it. Okay? Our job as a therapist is just to get you out of your own way. We are guides, or we are, fancy word is facilitator. We help you achieve your goal by you finding out why you don't think you deserve it. Okay? That's all there is to it. Get Brian Tracy's 12 steps, and please understand that the man has a serious screw loose about anger, which means a lot of his ideas are wrong. The 12 steps to achieve any goal are good, accurate, and right. I think it's up to 14 now. But whatever he gives you, it's on the internet. Google it and find out and see if you can achieve the goal you've been not able to achieve. Going back to school, getting a promotion, getting out of a bad marriage, changing jobs, whatever. You're not doing it for some reason, and you are usually the reason that it's not happening. That sounds silly to most people who don't know anything about psychology, but there's nothing to stop you from going out and buying a new car when you need one, except you don't think you deserve it. Okay? Until next time, this is goal setting and self-deception about why you don't deserve to achieve the goal. Until next time, John White is out.